Hi, I'm Sydney Rogers, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here at FingerLakes1.com. It is March 18th, 2020, and I am live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios where I am joined by Jim Sinicropi. And that is it. Just me and you today, huh?
And there's more than 6 feet between us.
There is. We are keeping social distancing. We obviously had to cancel our guest due to the chaos that is going on here. We do have a sponsor, though, and that is Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. As of now until the 31st, Cicino's Restaurant will be offering free delivery services from both Waterloo and the Geneva locations. All the menu items are going to be available for takeout and delivery. You can call ahead over the phone or you can order online at Cicinos.com. Cicino's wants you to know that they are committed to maintaining a clean and healthy environment for all of the patrons, staff, and friends. They're closely following and, as always, committed to adhere to federal and state sanitary guidelines and protocols as they evolve. Safety is their priority, which is the pretty much new thing for everybody right now.
Yes, everybody should be following the governor and the health department's instructions, whether you agree with it or not, or
whether you still think it's all conspiracy or if it's really the end of the world. All we have to do is just kind of follow a few rules that we should have been doing all along. I feel like wash your hands more than you usually do if you didn't start.
My biggest concern is that we're causing more economic and social damage than the virus itself would have caused. And that might be unpopular with some, and I'm not going to be the one to come out and say that this is all crazy and we shouldn't be doing all that. But if you just look around what's going on right now, and like Trump or the federal government to give $1,000 to everybody, it doesn't make sense. So, because all the teachers are out on paid leave, right? So why do they need $1,000? Or a lot of the government workers, non-essential government employees that are working from home.
Oh yeah.
Why do they need $1,000? I'll tell you. And to be honest with you, the people that really do need the $1,000, the small business owners right now who are, wondering if they can survive, how they can pay their employees or continue to exist and thus pay their own bills and feed their own kids.
Oh yeah.
$1,000 isn't going to help them either.
I know. I get it. I see with saying like, oh, keeping up with your bills or even grocery shopping or having the essentials that you need. But I don't know. There's a lot. I think it's just the uncertainty with everything that is causing everybody to just, go a little crazy.
Yeah, that was the uncertainty that we've created. And again, I don't necessarily want to say it's an overreaction, but 34,000 people have died of the flu in the past year. Right,
and this is, like the flu, only a lot more contagious, what it seems like. So my take,
seem like, but there's 350 to 600,000 cases of the flu between October and March 7th.
It's crazy.
And hundreds of thousands hospitalized with the flu.
You have a point. I look at it as we are here and we are in it now because of what has been made out of it. So why not get the social distancing out of the way and have people really listen to what they're saying so maybe we can all go back to normalcy sooner than later. But there's so many different outlooks and so many people that think, I'm fine, I feel fine, I'm going to go do whatever I want. And it's just going to prolong all this uncertainty and this craziness and people wanting to, jump down each other's throat.
They have a problem in Cornell right now where they cancel classes, send people home, but they're still having like yard parties and, having big gatherings among students who feel that way. And then you have to ask yourself, okay, we're sending all these students home from school where that age group is not generally at risk for the severity of the coronavirus, but now they're coming home back into their communities and interacting maybe with grandma and grandpa, and then we send our kids home from school. We shut down schools, and now these kids are home, and some of them need care, and maybe grandma and grandpa are handling the child care.
Right.
So it's almost impossible to come up with a solution. But what we've done would stem the spread of this virus for sure. And on the bright side, in South Korea, their professional basketball league is starting up play again. I mean, they're on the other side of it.
That's good.
China, things are even getting back to normal, I guess, in terms of their quarantines being over and everything. And there's lots of different ways to look at this. There's a thing called herd immunity, that when a giant population reaches 60% affected, it automatically will then the virus will start to wean itself out, because people that have it develop an immunity to it eventually. Of course, if that was the strategy that we took, then thousands of people would die.
Right.
Not unlike the influenza. That happens every year. But yeah, I'm not gonna be that guy. Although I just have been, I guess. But
it's all that we're consumed with right now. And my thought is like, are you able to have any distractions in your day-to-day life right now that makes you not think about it? Right. Golf is a good thing. And I feel like people kind of need a little distraction. But at the same time, it's like, it's so in our face right now and it's all right here that you can't help but not think about it. A week ago, I was making jokes saying how, like, yeah, let's just have big parties and let's do this. And now I'm like...
Yeah, I saw this is all your fault now.
No, yeah, sure, I'll take the blame for the global pandemic that we have going on. But now I'm like, all right, let's distance ourselves and let's get this over with, because I think once this all settles... maybe people will have a different outlook on small businesses and supporting them more. And
the ones that are left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you know who I feel for is restaurant and bar owners. Like,
oh yeah.
So even looking at the proposed small business aid package, where 0% loans, a loan is not going to help because these businesses have no revenue now for a period of time. So you're saying take a loan, but then when things start up, they're already month-to-month type budgets. Right. They're going to have to add a loan payment to it. I don't care if it's 0%. What I'd like to see happen is forgiveness of mortgage payments or small business loans for a period of time, 1 month or 2 months, and then have the federal government back those banks that give relief to the banks who are providing relief from those monthly payments. Because what a lot of people don't understand, especially the private sector employees who are now have a paid vacation, is that the public sector employees, is that the private sector business owners, they're fending for themselves. And so, I think you want to look at real ways to give relief to these people who are trying to, number one, survive through this so they can reopen their business at full capacity. And then a lot of them have a lot of concerns for their employees. Of course. And they want to keep their employees taken care of. And so it's a ton of pressure. And I think that, again, the public sector don't want to hear from them right now about it. Yeah. They have no idea. It includes teachers, who I have plenty of teachers who are family, and I have a lot of respect for the profession of teachers, but there's nothing heroic that teachers are doing right now in terms of again, I gotta watch myself, I can get in trouble, but you know who the hero is the owner of a restaurant downtown right now who is worried about their employees and how everybody's going to survive, their family and their employees' families. Yeah. Or bigger places, bigger private businesses, whether it be Bonneton or ITT Goulds or Parker Hannafin or any, the bigger companies around here. So, for instance, if you're Bonneton, your orders come from dental offices. Dental offices are closed. The orders aren't going to come in. They have a huge workforce. They're not going to be able to sustain keeping them on. So, they'll go on unemployment, hopefully, which is a mess right now. Right. So I feel like we have taken a crisis and turned it into a catastrophe. I like to think of it too as they keep
saying how like they didn't even talk about 9/11 as much as they're talking about this now, but think of how many more people I feel like use social media and spread false information or real information, and it's just causing this ripple effect of everybody going into a downward spiral.
Yeah,
but really it's going to
social media is with everybody quarantined, or nobody's quarantined here in the Finger Lakes officially unless you feel like you
right
might have been infected or you're at risk, but people staying home and isolated from society. Social media is good that they can communicate with each other, or a lot of people are like singing songs, you know.
I know, I do like that. I like looking at the positive.
I don't care. That's fine. It's positive. Yeah, I know.
We need to stay positive and figure out how we can get through this the quickest way we can so everybody can start rebuilding. And again, the people that can survive. We hope that there's more than less people that can survive this, but it's a real factor that might happen with a lot of people, especially in small towns like ours.
But the big concern is that the hospitals will become overrun. There's only so many hospital beds. There's only so many ventilators. So those that are at risk, if we are overrun, then doctors have to make a decision. Do we put this person on a ventilator or this person? And the one that doesn't go on the ventilator, there's a good chance that they would succumb to the illness. So I think that's what they're trying to avoid. And Governor Cuomo wants the National Guard to come in and build hospital beds and facilities in anticipation of if this does progress. So I understand all that. It's just hard. It's just hard to have these restrictions placed on our life here in upstate New York, specifically here in the Finger Lakes, when there hasn't been a single case in the Finger Lakes.
Not yet.
So
I agree, but we are going to continue to let our public know that we do still have small businesses that are trying to run at a smaller capacity in different ways than they're used to.
And if there's one thing you can do, there's a lot of things you can do, but one thing that that I would look to do is as many times as you can take advantage of these takeout offers from these businesses to continue. So if you eat at Downtown Deli twice a week and you eat at El Bajío downtown, once or twice a week, that you continue to do that. Just do it takeout, but don't cordon yourself off and be afraid to come downtown to get some food and bring home, because if we can keep these businesses afloat through this, then they might not be here on the other end. And those are places that I like to eat.
Yeah, and you
I
better
like to go
continue.
out to dinner too.
Yeah.
So like on Friday night, normally you might go to dinner, see if one of the options you normally would go to has takeout, bring it back home, I guess. And then the other thing that's I think important right now is your local house of concern, United Way. Reach out, find out how you can support them. Drop off food to your local house of concern. Seneca County House of Concern here needs volunteers and donations. Should really be something that you maybe prioritize to do over the next weeks or, God forbid, months.
Right. Let's hope not. And even if you can't, because there's people that are worried about money. They don't want to go out to eat. They're nervous about that. Share it. Use that social media that we're talking about. Share that they're open. Maybe someone on your friends list will be like, oh, awesome, I didn't know they were open. I'm going to go. We can help in ways that we might not think about.
Cafe 19 across town, Seneca Falls. I stopped in there. My wife is working from home remotely now because she has an autoimmune disease. So I stop at Cafe 19. I bring her home her cafe latte.
Love it.
I also brought us a few treats back here to the office.
You sure did. They were delicious, even though we don't need them, but we will continue to eat them because we can support. Like, I'm just going to go through a few of the people that have things going on. There's so much on our website. We have a specific article that has hours of operation, who's open, who's closed, what's going to be going on, but like the buffet, the 318 Asian buffet, they are doing takeout buffet, and that's cool. Like, you can go in and you can fill up your container and you can take it home. They also are, with Finger Lakes Tea Company, and they put out this awesome thing that's on our homepage now of all the different teas that you can still buy that also, help with colds, flus, the symptoms.
Different health benefits for different teas.
Many. They're obviously not medicine, but it's a way to support a local business and, help yourself feel better so you can have a little ease. And we have Connie's Diner is open for takeout and free delivery. They have a full menu for Seneca Falls and Waterloo. It's going from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. You can place your orders by calling them, or you can, I'm trying to see, they have 2 different numbers that you can call. Again, all this is on here. We have DA's Liquors is able to still be fully open, so why not go stock up on some liquor and support?
Hold yourself up and drink.
Yeah, that's a business that will actually thrive right now, which is great because there's not many that can. But she expressed her concern of feeling so worried about businesses like restaurants and bars and hoping that people will support them once it all.
But she won't. If somebody has a party, they'll stop into DA Liquors and stock. Get 4 or 5 bottles of wine, get a couple bottles of booze, and people aren't going to be having those types of parties anymore. Cafe 19 you mentioned.
Yep.
Curbside pickup or walk-in, and order and take out. Dano's on Seneca Lake and Lodi. Takeout available Friday 4 to 7:30, Saturday noon to 7:30, and Sunday noon to 6 o'clock. So 607-582-7555 is their phone number. And then the Deluxe in Geneva. There's a long-time establishment that they're trying to get through this as well. Takeout service and limited delivery, so there's a possibility they may be able to deliver you some of your Deluxe Grill favorites. 4 to 8 p.m. daily. 315-789-1171 to place your order there.
We have Elephant, Dove, and the Krebs in Skinny Atlas. They are all obviously trying to stay open, so they are going to be doing takeouts between the hours of 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. That's Sunday through Thursday. I ate at Elephant and Dove
last weekend.
Yeah, I remember you were saying that you were going to go there.
Everywhere in Skinny Atlas was packed with people. I mean, it was the bars, the restaurants.
That's a big thing, too.
They don't take reservations, so we had a 45 to 50-minute wait. Everything was really busy, and that's not going to be the case anymore, I'm sure. And the same thing. So Elephant and the Dove is actually it's a Mexican restaurant, a little higher-end Mexican restaurant in Skinny Atlas, and then, of course, the Krebs.
Right. They put a good thing in here, which people don't think about too, is like if you don't want to eat out, if you went shopping and got all this food, you can purchase a gift card and you can use it, at a later date. And I think that's a nice way of, helping a local business. Even if you're like, I'm stocked up, I just went to the crazy grocery store and got everything I need, and I'm trying to spend as little money as possible right now. Buy a gift card and plan for once all this ends, go have some great dinners and meals at different places. They have Flor de Lis. Brewworks is open for beer to go, and that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, select hours, 12 to 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and 4 to 6 p.m. on Friday.
Take your growler home.
Yeah, you can fill up a growler. They have gift certificates available, of course. We have so many of them. Pat's Pizzeria is open for normal hours for delivery and takeout. So obviously dine-in is the only thing that they're not doing. People tend to do that anyways.
Lamoureux Landing Wine Cellars in Lodi is doing curbside pickup for bottles of wine. If you just call them ahead, they'll make the arrangements for you. The new Hall Diner in Hall, New York is open for full menu, takeout and delivery up to a 12-mile radius, which is, if you live in Hall, there's not a lot of places, especially if you are a senior citizen who does not want to go out at all.
Right.
They'll deliver. And I think most delivery people are able to maintain that 6-foot social distance upon the delivery as well. And if you pay with a credit card,
I was just going to say,
you don't really have to
tell them to leave it on the porch. Yeah. And then once they leave, you can go out and get it. I'm trying to think. We have Red Place is doing takeout alcohol. Sauter's Country Store in Seneca Falls, they're doing takeout for their cafe that they're keeping open. fish fry on Friday night at the SMS. They're still going to have it, but it's going to be a curbside service. You can pick up and have delivery from 5 to 7. You can call 315-568-6526 to place your order.
Friday night, Seneca Falls Country Club. You 3 options: fried or baked fish, haddock, the club burger, most popular cheeseburger, or chicken wings. Call ahead, 315-568-5202, option 3. Put your order in. You can request delivery or pickup.
Awesome.
So willing to deliver from Seneca Falls Country Club. And there's another business that I'm involved with that we've had cancellations of events over the next 30 days that total well over $10,000. That's revenue that we can't recoup that is expected in an already tight budget. And mentioned when this weather breaks, come down and play golf. Get outside, open spaces,
fresh air.
A couple things that that are happening at Seneca Falls Country Club is there's going to be a local rule for the next few weeks where the pins stay in. You don't grab the pin and take it out. You play golf, the pins stay in. Nobody touches the pin, pulls it out, puts it back in. And also we're allowing the option for single rider golf carts. So even if you have a foursome, you can take 4 different carts, because obviously if you sit in a golf cart with another person, that is within the 6 feet social distancing.
True. Yeah.
Those are options. If you do want to come down and play golf, like I said, I'm going to play golf this afternoon just to get outside and
take your mind off some things, really. And you have to. I like how you said you're doing different things, because a lot of businesses can start to try and get creative, even with all this craziness going on. Like having extra carts available for people to do that makes people feel a little more comfortable.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We have Star Diner in Waterloo. They'll be open for takeout only. It's 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call 315-539-0180 to place your order. Thirsty Owl is doing curbside wine. Oh, yeah, they're doing curbside wine takeout. The bistro is actually closed, so it's more just the wine that they're focusing on. No one's allowed inside the winery. Woody's is open.
Woody's Grill in the old Holiday Inn, now Quality Inn.
Well, she did say they were open. This one we haven't updated yet. It was for the corned beef and cabbage, but as of right now, they are closed until further notice.
I thought that they were, and then I saw a couple businesses, Parker's, Woody's, I think was one of them too, asking their customers on Facebook if they would be
willing to purchase
if they were to reopen.
Yeah. Let's hope that they can do something with that.
And what about Uber? Like, that would seem like this would be a boom for Uber to do the delivering, right?
Uber Eats, yeah, because some of our local businesses are also with like Dine and Dash. Oh, well, I don't know if that's what it's called. It's called something DoorDash. I just said Dine and Dash.
And
don't do that
for groceries.
Yeah, I don't know how much they're doing with the Instacart, but Uber is obviously going to be.
We got Instacart from Wegmans on Sunday, and our delivery person. Our shopper couldn't find half the stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was wondering. I don't know how much they'll be doing, because I personally saw it. I went to 4 different places 2 days ago, and it was
Why does everybody figure out about toilet paper? I mean, in an emergency situation, if you ran out of toilet paper, theoretically,
you could use
like a washcloth and just, keep washing them.
Like the olden days, right?
Yeah, or, geez.
There's a lot of different things. I don't know. It was crazy. I felt bad. What I saw that made me the most upset was all the baby wipes and everything that was wiped out clean of all the stores I went to, and that puts a strain on actual people who have babies that need baby wipes more often than you're going to need to wipe your butt, really. But those are just some. We're constantly adding to that article of openings, closings. We have other businesses that aren't restaurants that are on there as well.
And I think it was a good time to shout out our news team between Josh Durso and Gabe and Todd and everybody. To the coverage that really intensified on Friday last week and through the weekend. We were really the only local media outlet reporting locally the impact and things that are going on. In addition to the other stories that we continue to follow, I mean, they do such a great job. And, I think I wrote a statement that we posted on the Finger Lakes One, where basically I asked people to kind of imagine what the world would look like over the past several days if Finger Lakes 1 didn't exist, if we weren't there, like where you get information from. I mean, obviously
Locally.
social media, but this is more of an official, and we have people, pressing the issues, looking to answer questions that our users have. And so, really a big shout out to those guys who do a great job. And then we also pledge to our users to please, support us via Patreon, patreon.com/FL1. $5 a month would be fantastic. Whatever it is that you feel you can give. If you're one of those people that visits Finger Lakes 1 3 or 4 times a day, please consider doing that. When we talk about small businesses being in jeopardy, most of we're totally supported by other businesses right now, and so we're scared. We want to see what our cash flow situation looks like a month from now. How much of that money keeps coming in to support what we do, so we don't have to make cuts, or so we're not in jeopardy. And so by becoming a supporter, an individual, that would help us, cushion the impact of that and continue to grow and hopefully expand the type of coverage that we feel is very important. And if you agree, then I'd urge you to head over to patreon.com/FL1 and, and sign up. You probably wouldn't miss that $5.
Right. And long story short, I just feel like we are all dealing with so much uncertainty right now in our own ways, but we're all dealing with it together. So let's try and help each other out.
Like I said, there's a huge difference. I know.
I get that. I
know
that
a lot
part.
of people get mad at me. I'm just saying there's a lot of people in this situation who have much less to be concerned about from the economic end than others. And so I would just be aware of that.
Yeah, so help out where you can.
Right.
In the different aspects of life that you might not think about on a daily basis, but think of the local businesses and the smaller doors that are going to have to close possibly because of it. But again, everybody is dealing with it in a different way. Some extents are more than the other, but we're all doing it together right now until further notice. But I want to take some ease off of all of this.
Oh, we got some local photos.
We're still going to do our local photos, and maybe this will help, somebody right now. So first
local
up,
photos are going to help somebody?
Yeah, they're going to see something positive, and they're going to be like, wow, I like that photo. Think of the good old times.
Despite all the scary stuff going on, these are beautiful photos. It's a thing. You walk outside,
right?
It's a beautiful day, and you're like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, I know. It is weird. But people need to get creative. Maybe go take more pictures and send them in to us.
Take walks.
First up, we have an interesting view of a rainbow in Romulus. Photo taken by Marky Bell or I don't know if that's a typo or what.
M. Bell.
We're going to say M. Bell, but what a perfect way to start it out. Look at that. Amidst these dark, gloomy clouds, there's this pretty cool rainbow. I love it. I'm going to star all of them, I bet. And next up, we have A Red Sky in the Morning by Ed Traffican.
Sailor take warning,
yes.
They say.
Jeez, look at all these. Uh-oh. I see a theme in mind. Wow. Now, a photo from Kathy Content. This one of an odd couple. I love this. See, this is putting my mind at ease. I'm not even thinking about it right now.
A Canadian goose and a snow goose.
That's awesome. A nice day along Sodas Point this past week. Another shot by Kathy Content. Beautiful. Looking forward to the spring and the warmer weather.
I like that one a lot. That is cool.
That's awesome.
It's panoramic.
A shot along Seneca Lake by Rachel Burkholder.
Oh.
Beautiful as well. Oh, I love this. And a stunning shot of Sodas Point by Kathy Stewart. Oh no, these are all really great.
Mm-hmm.
Now a photo from Canandaigua Lake, this one by Jeffrey Winter. Every single one of our photos have been the sky or the lake. And finally, Todd Tanner captured this awesome photo from the edge of Owasco Lake.
Wow, some good ones.
No, I don't know what to choose.
And there's no tiebreakers.
Well, yeah, so we're each going to pick our favorite, okay?
Well, then we got to pick the photo of the week, so.
Oh, you're right. Well, okay, then we can each pick two.
Huh? How's that going to help?
Because we're going to pick what our favorite is, and then we're going to say another one, and possibly your favorite might be the same as mine.
Okay, well, you pick your favorite first.
I'm going
and then we'll
to.
see if
My first favorite was the very last one, Todd Tanner, when he captured the edge of Owasco Lake.
Okay, that was a nice one, but not my favorite.
I know what your favorite was.
Which one?
It was the stunning shot of Sodas Point by
The
Kathy
panorama.
Stewart.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite. I don't know why. I just liked it. I thought you might like the two geese.
I liked
couple?
it, but it wasn't like something crazy. I still like a great photo of an animal, not just an average photo of an animal, but that one was cool. I did like that one. So I will, but I also really liked the Red Sky in the Morning by Ed Traffican. I'm just going to say I liked them all, so pick your favorite and I'll agree. Sodas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a great photo. Really, I love it. It does make me look forward to warmer days.
But you're all winners this week for providing us with these great views in such a traumatic and trying time in our country's history.
That's what everyone needs to do. Go out and explore nature. I do like that they're saying that Mother Nature is healing right now because of the people that are not out on the streets or whatever, like population.
Well, isn't that a nice thought? But there's no truth
pollution
to it
is going. There is. I'm going to send you it. See,
I know if you look at the overview of China, there's less pollution coming into there. But as soon as this ends, it's going to start back up. It's like not like Mother Nature's getting a much needed
Let's be happy
rest.
for it right now. There's animals walking the streets because it's so bare from people. I think that's awesome.
Until when we start up and they start getting run over by all the cars.
I'm still a realist, but I also can still look at the positive side of things. If you like our local photos and would want to share yours from across the Finger Lakes, click on the link.
Don't do it. It's too much risk.
Do it. This is all you can do right now. Click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage at Finger Lakes 1. Now, I mean, there's not events going on, but let's just see how our weekend weather is going to be.
Well, amazingly, it's going to be 70 degrees on Friday.
Oh, amazing.
It really is. Here it'll be March. By that, it'll be March 20th on Friday.
Wow.
70 degrees, but unfortunately, it's going to rain. Likely later in the day, it's going to be windy too. South wind, 21, 23 miles an hour, becoming west in the afternoon. And then it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Unfortunately, it's going to get much colder. So Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 32. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 38. Now, if you remember last week, we had the same type of weekend outlook, and it was gorgeous. It was crisp.
You're right.
So I think it's going to be great. I mean, perfect to get out. Hopefully, people can get out in the yard and maybe get a head start on some yard work, or like I said, head down the golf course. Like I'm going to be golfing on Sunday. I don't care how cold it is. We played last Sunday.
It was
wear a couple layers, and we were fine.
Get out there. Play some basketball on your old basketball hoop that's in your driveway. I don't know. There's opportunity for people to explore nature right now.
Take your dogs out.
Yeah, when they have nothing else going on.
And then when we come back who knows what next Monday will bring. Some of us will be back at work.
Yeah.
Partly sunny, high near 45, and then Tuesday, sunny with a high near 48. There's just a small chance of rain both those days, but mostly it'll be mix of sun and clouds and highs pushing up towards the 50. So this is great. Our spring is kind of early. Thank God. Can you imagine if we got like a I don't know if we got a big snowstorm right now, if that would be good or bad. People might feel more like they
trapped and confined.
Like it's okay to be home because of usually you are in a big snowstorm, but if it's nice out, you can't even go downtown.
Anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. They also said possibly that this virus can't withstand warmer weather. So
That's a myth. That's a myth, by the way.
I didn't say it was or it wasn't, but I'm just saying the way people are thinking right now, they probably want it to be warmer.
So this is from the CDC website. If I can
move it over.
You can read that.
Oh, there you go.
It's tough to read because it's not really focusing in very good. But from October 1st to March 7th, 2020, 36 million to 51 million cases of the flu, and that resulted in 17 to 24 million medical visits and 370,000 to 670,000 flu hospitalizations and 22,000 to 55,000 deaths. And those are only reported numbers because a lot of times people get the flu and they don't do anything. They just, they're like,
I know I have the flu.
So, again, I'm not trying to say that everything that we're doing is wrong and all this quarantine and shutdown is wrong. But if you put it in perspective, so far, or even if this was to expand, it wouldn't be more. There would be less of a effect on the health than the average influenza season.
And that happens every season.
Right, but we don't shut down every business. And when you have a global, so things are getting shut down, right? That means that the people that provide things for that business that shut down are being shut down, and the businesses that manufacture things that business needs for that business are being shut down. This giant multi-trillion dollar global economic engine, which never stops, is now being stopped. And so what scares me more than the virus is what happens when we try to restart that.
Let's hope for something positive.
That's all we can do is
what
hope.
I'm going to end it on, because that is all the time.
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know. I don't even know what I was
does.
supposed to do. I think I was supposed to have a great weekend. Oh, we were supposed to go to a birthday party and stuff at a local gym or something, and that's not happening.
Like a kid's birthday party?
Yeah. A birthday party to
Champions for Life or Ultra Zone or whatever they call
like
them.
a Sky Zone or one of those. Yeah, we're not doing that. And it's just because I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't feel comfortable
I don't think you
doing
can.
it.
I'm sure that the Sky Zone is shut down.
I would imagine, for sure. Are you doing anything?
They're going to have to pay their mortgage or rent or utilities this month as well without your birthday party funds and everybody else. Am I doing anything this weekend? I'm going to golf on Sunday. I'm going to cook some food on Saturday, probably Sunday too. I'm going to watch shows
old-time
or
sports.
Movies.
I saw they had reruns of old sports playing right now. I know. And stuff.
It's cool because a lot of them are Syracuse's 6 overtime game against UConn, but And then how about Tom Brady going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
There was a distraction for a minute. Yeah, that's weird to even see his name with the Buccaneers. It just doesn't seem
good for
right.
the Bills. But I tell you, you keep an eye on the Patriots' odds to win the Super Bowl or the over/under on their wins this season. I would take the Pats. I think they're going to be undervalued, and I think so much more of it is the organization and Belichick than it necessarily was Tom Brady.
I agree with that, but I would also love to see the Buccaneers now randomly go super far and be like, you're welcome, Pats, for all my time I had there. But now
we shall see. Hopefully they have the NFL season come August, September.
Find some distractions that are positive. Work out. Maybe do some yoga or something. Learn to do something different.
Take 1 hour out of your weekend this weekend to gather either from your home canned goods or other non-perishable food items.
Yes.
And bring them to the House of Concern, or go to the store and bring some stuff. Just take 1 hour out of your weekend.
And if you're going to go buy anything, try and buy it from local farmers, little businesses. If you need your drinks, go to a local liquor store instead of a big box store. Try and help your people out. And that's really all the time that I have.
Well, we're not limited by time. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing matters anymore. We could sit here all afternoon and entertain our viewers with our thoughts about the coronavirus.
Oh, no. That could get bad. I like to read conspiracy theories as well. So,
like the warmer weather will kill the coronavirus?
No, this is all really a hoax for something bigger that's going on within the government.
Hey,
and X,
don't
Y, and
doubt
Z.
it.
People wrote about this in books, I guess, a long time ago that... they said it's going to come in 2020 and it's going to end and it's going to come again in 10 years. You never know. The Simpsons did not predict this, though, and they usually predict a lot, so they were on the outs of this.
What about the Spanish flu of 1918? You can watch an episode of Our Finger Lakes History with Walt Gable where he goes into depth about the local impact of the Spanish flu epidemic or pandemic of 1918 and the effect it had locally in the Finger Lakes. It's very interesting when you apply to what's going on here. Again, that was much worse in terms of the percentage of people that it killed globally and locally. But that's, if you go under a YouTube channel or go to fingerlakes1.tv, go to Our Finger Lakes History, that episode aired maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago. Very interesting as it applies to what's going on here. And then also you may have seen the post on Finger Lakes One, our top 40 high school basketball games since 2012. That was a lot of fun to put together. If you want to watch some sports, go watch some of these older games. And some of the top 40 were just from a couple weeks ago because we were right in the middle of a great high school basketball postseason when everything got shut down.
And then it had to end. That's sad. We didn't even get into that with seniors that are graduating that have like cut time with their friends and sports and all. Oh, there's
coming
so
home
much
from college, whether you're a senior or not, usually the spring semester is a fun semester to be at college. You get through the winter, weather breaks, you have a lot of fun, and then you still get out. You're back home by May for summer break. So, but everybody's home now, and it's just such a gigantic disruption. To me, that's the most scary part of this. It isn't the health pandemic, it's the economic crisis and what will happen the longer this continues. It seems like as a society we like to think everything's taken care of and we go about our day-to-day lives. We watch our movies or TV and go to work and pay our bills and feed our kids and go to watch sports, all that stuff. And then with all that taken away, now we slide a little bit more towards total chaos and apocalypse.
Yeah,
not that we're anywhere close to that, but we're closer to that than we were a week ago.
Way closer, and let's hope that people can really keep their mental health at a good level because it could really mess with a lot of people.
There are people out there right now who are making sure that their arsenal of guns and their stockpile of weaponry and their defense systems are in place because if this was to get much worse, then they would be willing to kill anybody that came for anything that they
scary.
Own. Yeah.
Oh, don't you want to go into that one? Doomsday preppers that are ready for this their whole life. Here they come. But no, let's end it on a positive note. Shop local. Try and help your fellow neighbor if they're older.
Get outside in the yard. Walk your dog.
Good mental health.
Donate to the House of Concern.
Cook something you've never cooked before. You're going to spend a lot of time eating, I feel like. Comfort eating. Be careful with that. I feel like that's a real thing that's going to happen.
It is a real thing.
But that's all I have. And are we ready to close this one out? Even though we have nothing else to do, like you say, for the rest of the day?
We will be here next Wednesday. You can count on us, right? Maybe, unless the bottom drops out.
See. We'll see. Who knows? But until then, everybody needs to stay safe, be healthy, and just try and live life the best way you can. So thanks for joining us today on this interesting show. If you enjoyed the show, you can click like, share with your friends, or subscribe. We'll see you next Wednesday, hopefully, maybe. Until then,
definitely, we'll
have
be here.
A great March weekend here in the Finger Lakes.